Alright, welcome to my YouTube channel. Now this is A Square Maths Made Easy Academy. Now if you have not watched my part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of my video, please do well to watch that. And don't forget we are still solving first 100 questions on calculations in what? Calculus. And in my today's edition we are going to be considering part what? 9. So my last video we stopped at question number 36. So which means today we are continuing with question number what? 37. Are you with me? Now let's go. Question number 37 says, given that f and g are the functions defined by f of x equal to 2x plus what? 1. So which means they have given us the value of f of what? X. And the value is 2x plus what? 1. And g of x is what? X squared is x squared minus 2. Are you with me? Now look up. What is actually the question? The question says fog is, and look at the options. So what is actually the meaning of the word fog? Fog is a composite function or composition of word function. Now how do we rewrite this now before we now substitute under composite word function? The first thing we are going to do is to introduce f, right? And this O means off, and off means bracket. Then the next one is what? G, then bracket what? S. So can you observe that we have two existing brackets here? So we are going to close it with two brackets, 1 and 2. Are you with me? Let's take for instance, we have a problem like this, and you were asked to solve a particular problem in this way. Now let's count the number of zeros. 1, 2, 3. Then including this one, making it what? 4. So how do we arrange it now? Look up. I will start with H. Then O means bracket. Followed by what? F. O means what? Bracket. Followed by what? G. O means what? Bracket. Followed by what? H of what? X. Can we count the number of brackets that exist here? Are you with me now? So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. So which means we are going to close it in how many? 1, 2, 3, and what? 4. And this is what we call composition of word functions. And the logic or the rule is that you must always have the substitution from the left and move from the right and move to the left. Can we do that now? That is exactly what this thing is talking about. So let us solve this particular question immediately. Are you with me? So what we are going to do now is to have, this is f, right? Then bracket. Are we given g of x in the question? Look at g of x. G of x is x squared minus 2. Then we now substitute. It will give us x squared minus 2. Then close the what? Bracket. Now this particular number now that we have achieved now has become the domain of this function, which is f. And this thing is called x. It's called what? X. So in other words, we are going to solve for f of what? X. Then my question is this. Is f of x given in the question? Yes. Look at f of x. What is the value? 2 what? X plus what? 1. Then you should remember that the domain is already known. And what is the domain? X squared minus 2. What does it imply here? Anywhere we encounter what? X, remove it and introduce what? 2. And introduce x squared minus 2. Are you with me? Now let's go. This is 2, right? Open the what? Bracket. I have seen x. What is x? X is x squared minus 2. Close the what? Bracket. Then plus what? 1. What do you think that will happen here? Now open the bracket. 2 times x squared will give us 2 what? X squared. Then minus. 2 times 2 is what? 4. Then plus what? 1. Finally, what is the answer? I want you to watch. This is 2x squared, right? Then minus 4 plus 1 will give you minus what? 3. So this is 4. This is what? 4. Can we observe the option and know whether we are right? Now option A says 2x squared minus 2. No. Then option B says 2x squared minus 3. Wow. So which means the correct answer is option what? B. That is exactly how to solve a composition of word function. Remember that this is 2 function. Are you with me? We still have the one that have more than 2. We have 3, we have 4 continuously. But this is the procedure. Then can we move over to question number 38? What did I say? Question number what? 38. Now question number 38 says that we should find the derivative of exponential in what? X. So we are given that y is exponential in what? X. Are you with me? Now what I'm going to do now is to use shortcut to solve this problem first. Then after everything, I will now use the formula. Can we move ahead? Now what are we trying to do here? We want to differentiate y with respect to what? X. It will give us the y all over what? The x. Now what is the law of exponential? Differentiate the power. What did I say? Differentiate what? The power. Yeah, the power is ln x, right? So if I want to differentiate ln x now, I will first of all call it 1 over the number. And what is the number? X. Then after even I've said 1 over x, the next thing is to differentiate x. X will give you 1. Then write it at the numerator. How is it 1? I have taught you countless times. If you are given something like this, x to differentiate, this is invisible word 1. Can we differentiate it now? The law is that use the power to multiply the base. 1 times x will give us what? X, right? Then to the prime power minus 1, and that is differentiation. If I continue, I'll have x. 1 minus 1 is what? 0. And anything raised to power 0 by indices is what? 1. Then we have differentiated ln, right? The next thing is to repeat the question. The question is exponential in what? X. And that is all. So in summary, I will now say 1 times 1 will give me 1 all over what? X. Followed by exponential in what? X. This is the answer. Do you have something like that in the option? Wow. Option A says 1 over x exponential in what? X. So I don't need to verify other options. So the correct answer is option what? A. Do you understand? Now, this is what we call shortcut what method. But permits me to use what we call differentiation by what? Chain rule. Do you know why it is called a chain rule? Because it's just a single function, which is an exponential word function. So in existing protocol, I want to use what we call differentiation by what? Chain rule. And what is the formula? Don't forget. It is the y all over what? Dx. Then equal to du over what? Dx. Are you there? Then times dy all over what? Du. Can we move ahead now? Remember, we are to differentiate y equal to exponential in what? X. Now consider the power as what? U. So I will now say, let u be in what? X. What is my target? To differentiate u against what? X. It will now give me du all over what? Dx. Are you with me? Now the law is this, watch. Differentiate ln x. You know that the word ln is 1 over the function, which is what? X. Then after that, you now differentiate x to give you 1, right? So which means if you are asked to differentiate ln x, what is the answer? 1 over x. So we have known du dx. My next target is to say, let y be exponential. Let y be what? Exponential. And what is the power? U. Are you with me now? Then I want to differentiate y with respect to what? U. I will now say this implies that dy all over what? Du is now equal to expo is expo. Expo is what? Expo. So at the end, we are able to achieve what we are looking for. Can we move to the formula and substitute now? Then watch. I will now say dy all over what? Dx is now equal to. Do we know du dx? Alright, it's solved already. It is 1 over what? X. Then I will multiply. Do we know dy du? What is dy du? Exponential what? U. Finally, I will now say 1 over x times expo is 1 over x exponential. Then substitute for u. What is u? U is ln what? X. And that is the final what? Answer. I want us to correspond these two answers. Did they relate? Can you see this is 1 over x? This is 1 over x. This is exponential ln x. This is exponential what? Ln x. Now this is for those that are writing what? Theorem question. While this one is for objective using shortcut what? Method. I'm done with question number what? 38. Can we now move to 39? What did I say? Question number 39. What is 39 talking about? Watch. Now let's recite it. 39 says, if y is x raised to power 3 plus 6x to power 2 plus 9x, then plus 4. The question says, find the what? Maximum point of what? Y. We are looking for the maximum point. This is called application of differentiation. Now, can we solve it? This is question number 39. Are you there? Now, the question is that y is what? X to power 3. then plus 6x to power 2, then plus 9x, then plus what? 4. Now there is what we called maximum. What is a maximum function? It is that function where the second order derivative is always less than 0. When you differentiate twice and you now substitute for the value of x that you will get, and it gives you a number that is negative, we say that that x is at maximum. It's at what? Maximum. Then finally you now find y maximum from the original what question. Can we start now? Differentiate y. dy over what? dx. Are you with me? Then differentiate x to power 3. The law says 3 times x will give you 3x, right? Minus 1 to the power, it will give you 2. Then I'll move to the next one, plus differentiate this. 2 times 6 will give me 12, right? X. Then I will now say 2 minus 1 will give me 1. Are you with me now? Then differentiate 9x, it will give me 9. How? This is invisible what? 1. 1 times 9 is 9. 9x to power 1 minus 1. And you know that 1 minus 1 is 0. And anything raised to power 0 is what? 1. And 1 times 9 will give you 9. Do you understand? The next thing is to differentiate 4. 4 is a constant. It's always 0 or 2 is what? Away. That is the first thing you will do. Then after that, you now introduce what we call turning point. What we call what? Turning what? Point. And what is a turning point? It is that point where first order derivative is always what? 0, which is the y dx. Can I substitute now? The whole of this will turn to what? 0. Then I have with me 3 what? X squared plus 12 what? X. Then plus 9. Quadratic what? Equation. But do you know that I can reduce this value? Are you aware? How? 3 can divide, 3 can divide, 3 can divide. So which means we divide everything by what? 3. Oh yeah, let's go. 0 over 3 will give us 0. Now this one is 3x squared over 3. 3 will cancel 3. It remains x squared. Are you there? Plus, this one is 12x over 3. 3 can go into 12. How many times? 4 times. I have with me 4 what? X. Then I will add again. 9 over 3 will give me what? 3. This is now purely quadratic what? Equation. I can now factorize. How do we factorize an expression like this? Consider the last number. Hope is 3. Is there anything that can divide it? Yes, 1 can go. To give you what? 3. Which means factor of 3 is 1 and 3. Is 1 and what? 3. Then what is the coefficient of x? After we have factorized, get the factors of the last number. Hope it is plus 4, right? Now the question is, I have 1 and I have 3. What side will I give to 1? What side will I give to 3? By the time I join them together, it will produce a coefficient of x, which is plus what? 4. I will give 1 plus. I will give 3 what? Plus. Can we isolate now? Then in close to bracket, oh my goodness, and equate it as what? 0. Because this is x squared, give 1 x, give the other one x. Then input those values. I have plus 1 with me, I have plus 3 with me. Can you see that we can get x? I can say now that x plus 1 is 0, or x plus 3 is what? 0. If it is OBJ now, I already said that x is minus 1 and x is minus what? 3. Let's make x subject of the formula, what I just said now. X is cross over this one, it will give you minus 1, right? Or x is also give you minus 3. These are the possible values that can either minimize or maximize. But we cannot conclude like that unless we differentiate this one again for the second time. Can we do it now? If you differentiate the y dx, it will give you the square y over the x whole square. One day watch. Can we differentiate 3x squared? First of all, 2 times 3 will give you 6, right? X. Then introduce minus 1. It becomes 6 what? X. Then plus. Differentiate 12x. It will give me 12. Are you aware? This is a constant. Throw it what? Away. Now let's verify. Among these two, which one that minimizes it? What's the meaning of that? Which one that maximizing it, please? What's the meaning of that maximization when it is less than what? 0. Okay, let's observe this. Do you know that if I plug in x here and call, minus 1 into x here, do you know that I will now watch? I will get a number that is greater than 0. So which means this one does not exist. But if I plug in minus 3 here into x and look up, it will give me 6 times minus 3. Will give me minus 18, right? Then plus it with 12. Oh my goodness. Minus 18 plus 12 will give me minus 6. Can you see it is less than 0? So we go with this gentleman. So what do? We now go back and calculate for y maximum. Y what? Maximum. That is what we are looking for. Y what? Max. And what does it mean? Anywhere we encounter what? X, introduce minus 3. Are you with me? I have here minus 3, all raised to power 3. Are you there? Then plus, I have 6, open the what? Bracket. I still have x, what is it? Minus 3, all raised to power 2. Then plus, here is 9, right? Open the what? Bracket. What is x? X is minus 3, right? Then plus what? 4. Can we simplify it? If I minus 3 times, it will give me minus 27. Do you agree with me? Minus 3 times minus 3 times minus 3. Minus we cancel minus. 3 times 3 will give you what? 9. And 9 times minus 3 will give me minus 27. Can we fire on? Then watch. Minus 3 raised to power 2 will give me 9. The minus will disappear. And 9 times 6 will give me 54 plus 54. Then 9 times minus 3 will give me minus 27 plus what? 4. Oh my goodness. Can I say minus 27? Minus 27. Look at it. It will give me minus 54 plus this 54. Then plus what? 4. Minus 54 plus 54 is already 0. And 0 plus 4 should give us 4. So the y maximum, it is what? 4. Do we have 4 in the option? Let's go. Option A says 9. No. Option B says 10. No. Option C says 0. No. Option D says 4. Wow. The correct answer is option what? D. Do you understand? That is how to calculate the application of what? Derivative under maximum and what? Minimum. Can we progress? The last question, which is question number 40. Question number what? 40. Can we observe this question? Watch. Question number what? 40. Now watch. The question says, if y is, my goodness, if y, number 40, is exponential cos what? X. The question says find the y dx. Can we observe this question? Very simple. What did I say? Very simple. Permit me to use shortcut first. What is the law? Y dy dx, right? Then differentiate the power. The power is cos x. When you differentiate cos x, always know that the answer is minus sin x. Are you there? Then the next thing is to repeat the question, which is exponential cos what? X. And that is the final answer. This is called shortcut. Let's observe. Option A says cos x exponential. No. Option B says sin x exponential. No. Option C says minus sin x exponential cos x. Wow. The correct answer is option what? C. Do you understand? Now, the question, what if it is theory? Can I put you right now? Use what we call differentiation by chain rule. What did I say? By what? Chain rule. Can you remember that rule again? dy all over what? Dx is du all over what? Dx. Then multiply by dy all over what? Du. Something is about to what? Happen. Now, what do? Consider this as what? U. Can we say let u be what? Cos what? X. So the next thing we are differentiating u with respect to what? X. I have with me du all over what? Dx. Watch. If you differentiate cos x, the answer is minus sin x. And that is the value of du dx. Then we move over to y. Y is always exponential to the power. And what is the power? U. Can I differentiate now? It will not give me dy all over du. Expo is expo. What did I say? Expo is what? Expo. Now, if that is achieved, let's go back to the formula. It is dy dx, right? Then equal to du dx. What is it? Wow. It is minus sin what? X. I'll put minus sin x. I will multiply. The next thing is dy du. What is dy du? Exponential what? U. Please don't rejoice yet. It is not yet over. Minus sin x times exponential will give us minus sin x exponential. Then substitute for u. Wow. What is u? U is what? Cos what? X. I want you to observe this. Does it relate? Oh my goodness. You can see that it is actually the same thing. Can we fire on now? It is actually the same thing. Are you with me now? Now that is just as that. If we have achieved up to 40 questions, I will not stop here. Can we continue with question number 41? Question number what? 41. Are you there? Remember, I am treating first 100 questions under what? Calculations in what? Calculus. Do you understand? Now, question number 41. If you are there, say I'm there. Now, question number what? 41. Are you there now? Question number 41. Now, somebody says I should handle what we call differentiation by chain rule. Okay, let's observe this. If y is fifth root of 2x to power 3 minus 1, and the question says find y prime. Do you know that this is chain rule? Are you with me now? This is what? Chain rule. How? We call it fifth root. This is fifth root. Am I communicating now? So another way of writing this now is 2x raised to power what? 3 minus 1. Close the what? Bracket. And fifth root means 1 over 5. 1 over what? 5. Can you see that this is now chain rule? Am I communicating? So what do? We now introduce the formula. Can you remember again? dy all over what? dx is now equal to du all over what? dx times dy all over what? du. Let us consider u as the base. U as the what? Base. Now be careful. What did I say? Be careful this time. You consider this one as u. And what is u? 2x raised to power 3 minus 1. Can we differentiate now? It will give me the u all over what? dx. Then equal to, oh yeah, watch this. 3 times 2 will give me 6x, right? Then introduce minus 1 to the power, it becomes what? 2. This is a constant. Throw it what? Away. Are you with me? Now, in as much as we have already solved that, now what is the next thing I want you to watch? The next thing is to get the value of y. Differentiate y with respect to what? U. So let's go with the question again. I will now say let y be u raised to the power. What's the power now? 1 over 5. Can we differentiate now? This is, can you see that this one is not related with an exponential? It's different. Then it will give you dy all over what? Du. Consider the power. What is the power? 1 over 5. Are you with me? Then repeat the question. U raised to power 1 over 5 and introduce minus 1 to the what? Power. If you move ahead, you'll be having 1 over 5, right? Then u. Take the LCM, or rather you say 5 times 1 will give you what? 5. So the numerator becomes 1 minus 5 all over the denominator, which is what? 5. I will now continue to have 1 over 5, right? U, watch. 1 minus 5 will give me minus 4 all over what? 5. That is it. But obey the power law of the negative law, power law of indices. This u will go down. So which means dy all over du becomes what? 1 over 5. Am I communicating? Then it becomes u raised to the power of 4 all over what? 5. In summary, I will say 1 all over 5, right? This is called fifth root. What did I say? Fifth root of what? U. Am I communicating? Fifth root of what? U raised to the power of what? 4. That is the value of dy du. Can we go back to the formula? What's the formula? Dy all over dx, right? Equal to, this is du dx. Have been, yes. What is it? 6x squared, right? I will multiply. Next is dy du. What is dy du? 1 all over 5, right? Then fifth root of what? U. Do we know u? Yes. What is u? Watch. U is 2x to power 3 minus 1. I will now write 2x to power 3 minus 1. Close the bracket and raise it to the power of 4. Then let's summarize. This becomes 6x squared times 1 will give us 6x squared, right? Then all over 5. Then fifth root of what? Watch. We have 2x to power 3 minus 1. Close the bracket. All to the power of 4. Now this is what we call differentiation by chain rule. I decided to solve this because somebody asked for it. Are you with me now? Now it is not over. But the question, what if this thing is objective word question? How do we tackle it? Can you watch now? Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, remember that the question says y is fifth roots of 2x raised to the power of 3, right? Minus what? Minus what? 1. Am I communicating now? Now I want you to observe something here. It is very simple. It is very, very simple. Are you with me now? Now what do you do in order to achieve this? This is the y all over what? Dx. What you should know that another way of writing this is what? 2x raised to power what? 3 minus 1, close the bracket, raised to power 1 over 5. Are you with me now? So the first thing you are going to consider now is 1 over 5. Is what? 1 over 5. Are you with me now? Is what? 1 over 5. That's the first thing. Then you multiply. The next thing is to differentiate the base, which will come at the numerator. Can I do that now? Differentiate this, it will give you 3 times 2 will give me 6x, right? Then introduce minus 1 to the power. 3 minus 1 will give you actually what? 2. Are you with me now? Will give us what? 2. Now, if it will give us 2, I want you to what? It becomes x raised to power 2. Do you get me clear? Then another thing we are going to now is to introduce all over and repeat the question. And repeat the word question. The question is 5th root of what? 2x raised to the power of 3 minus 1. Close the bracket. Am I communicating? Remember that this thing is 5, right? Then minus it by the numerator, which is what? 1. That is the secret. Then if you continue, what do we say now? I will now say 1 times 6s squared is 6s squared all over what? 5th root multiplied by, 5 multiplied by 5th root of what? 2x to power 3 minus 1. Close the bracket. Then 5 minus 1 is equal to what? 4. Do you appreciate that? Now that is the final answer. Has this and this correspond? Wow. Are they not the same thing? This is called shortcut. So once again, I remain a squared. See you in my next video, part what? 10. And I will continue with question number 42. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, comment on the comment section. Please share and also like. See you. This is A Square. Bye.